Hi, I'm Rosie and welcome to Out and About with Rosanna Faraci, where you join me behind the scenes on my interviews with celebrities, musicians, models, VIP events, fashion events, photo shoots, and so much more. And on today's show, we catch up with Matt Goss, also known as the King of Vegas. In the 80s, he was in one of the biggest boy bands called Bros, with such hits as Drop the Boy, When Will I Be Famous? Then we're off to Coachella, backstage before Chloe Maggs performs her song for the very first time. We also go to Venice Beach, where I catch up with my two best friends, Hollywood actress NICKY WHELAN and Justin LACKO, who's currently on Love Island. But for now, we're going to catch up with our favourite Aussie export, top model, James O'Halloran, who is currently on The Price is Right USA. Hi, I'm Rosanna Faraci and I'm here with international model, Price is Right model, James O'Halloran. Now tell me, James, you moved here 4 years ago, you're doing Price is Right. How long has that been?
I've been on Price is Right for 3 seasons already.
Okay.
I got here and I was here for about 6 months. And then I was at the gym one day, and a friend said, you know, they're doing a search to find a guy to be on Price is Right. So I didn't really know much about it, anything about the show over here, other than like Larry Emder and that whole version back in Australia.
Yeah.
And so I went along for the first day, and they gave me a bass guitar. They're like, here, model this, and so I was playing the bass.
Yeah.
And then they're like, cool, all right, come back tomorrow. And this sort of went on for 5 days. It came down to like an online vote, and so I had to rally up the troops and try to get as many people as I could to vote for me, and my mum voted for me probably lots of times.
So you have a massive family in Australia, so everyone from down under.
And that's what got me over the line. No, I had some really good friends, some over here who, like, I was lucky enough that you know, plugged me on their social media, and I had a lot of support from some really cool people, and next thing I know, I'm on The Price is Right with Drew Carey and 4 other girls, and having a good time. Yeah,
that's incredible.
It's just chairs.
Oh man!
Oh wait! Oh my God!
How about a hand for James O'Halloran, everybody?
Can't get this right. I can't get this right. I forget my shirt. I forget my pants.
Man.
So what to think about?
Better you than me.
And you started, obviously, in Australia. You were with Chadwick Models, and you were one of their best models. And it's also where you met the love of your life at the races there.
That's right,
You recently got married. So tell me about Australia and how the move was. Like, do you miss your family and friends?
I do. Like, 4 years I've been here, and a lot happens. Like, people were pregnant when I left, and now they've got little, like, kids running around and walking and talking, and it's so, like, they're I think the kids are the biggest marker.
I think
of
I need to throw the ball for the dog.
That's you've done it very well by her. All right, Sonny, sit.
Sit, Sonny.
Sonny, sit. Hey, stay. Okay, come here. Come here. Okay, this is Sonny.
So, and this is your baby.
Yeah.
Since you've moved to LA, you've now got a new part of the family, Sonny.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just interested in the ball.
Yes, that's focus.
Is this Sonny's first interview?
Her first interview? No, do you know what? She actually came on The Price is Right one day. Because she's a rescue pup. We got her at 8 weeks old.
Yeah.
Because she was actually born in the rescue, like her mum was rescued.
Okay.
And they have Bob Barker used to always do a thing on Price is Right where he'd say, you know, get your dogs spayed or neutered at the end of every show. And he asked...
Just got my finger. Okay.
He asked Drew Carey to carry that over. And so they've got a very, like, strong thing about... responsible pet ownership, so they have like a pet adoption show.
Okay.
And Sonny came on and was like part of one of the showcases, and
how can you say no to this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Sonny.
Yeah,
I think Sonny wants to find the ball.
Yeah.
So, and what would your like ideal project be now that you're in acting?
I mean, ideally, I think I'd like to work on something, just an ongoing show for like a period of time. Whether it be like my ideal one would probably be HBO or something like that.
Yeah,
But-
definitely. That's the direction it's going. And a
Yeah.
lot of people are moving to Atlanta. There's more opportunities there.
Yeah, there's a
with
lot.
acting.
Yep, absolutely. And they cast a lot of stuff from here in Atlanta that gets filmed in Atlanta. But yeah, those minor markets and things. There's a lot going on in Canada and New Zealand, and
I could see in like the Fast and the Furious or something.
that'd be a good one.
Racing a car.
Yeah. I would love to do something like that. Yeah, I like my two passions. I think are like action and comedy. And I mean, to bring both of those together would be ideal, but I would go into either one of them. I'd be very happy. Yeah.
Wow, so you've got lots of opportunities ahead of you, and you've just recently been married.
Yeah.
Thinking of starting a family soon, or?
We've got our fur baby here.
Yeah.
We've had her for a year, and that's enough for now. Just pump the brakes on there. But yeah, at some point. But it's hard over here. We don't have like the network, the grandparents around, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So you kind of it's even bigger sort of life changer, I think, over here. And plus, it'd be kind of sad to have a kid, and for it not to be around those people, to have for them to watch you grow up and that kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll just give it a bit of time, and we'll see where we're at in a couple of years. Yeah.
Well, everyone knows you're doing the acting and obviously the modelling. What's something people don't know about you? What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, do you know, just on the weekend we went, if anyone watches Krusty Demons of the Dirt.
I know the Krusty Demons. They're insane. They're crazy.
They're insane.
They're flips and that on the side.
Yeah. Well, we do nothing like that. But I used to love watching those videos as a kid, and they're out in the sand dunes and in the desert and that kind of thing. So we went out to this place just north of LA and hired bikes for the day, and we just burned around. I've got my hands are like hardly work still because of too much clutching and too much braking. But
can you do flips?
Oh no.
Oh, you need to be intact. The price is right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can't do it on crutches.
Yeah, no. We are. Yeah, I mean, no. We're very, very tame compared to the Krusty Demons, but it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of cool stuff like that to do around here. Like, you're just a 2-hour drive away from here, and you can be in like Big Bear or something like that and go skiing. Yeah. There's been days here where it's like 30 degrees in LA, and then we've gone to the snow, like 2.5 hour drive away, and skied all day.
Everything, it's so close, like Vegas, Palm Springs.
Exactly.
It's only a few hours away, and it's a totally different setting. Well, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks.
Thank you.
Avoid unexpected situations.
Car trouble?
Get your car serviced at UltraTune.
I'm here with the extremely talented Chloe Maggs. It's day 2 at Coachella. We've just finished a photo shoot. How are you feeling? Here we are under the sunshine.
I'm feeling amazing. Like, what an incredible turnout. Coachella has just blown my mind. First time at Coachella, and it has been such an incredible experience.
And are you looking forward to going to the ranch?
I am. There's going to be a lot of amazing people that I cannot wait to meet and just kind of let loose and actually have some fun tonight.
Well, I think it's day 2, so the fun's definitely going to start. We've done the photo shoot. What other shoots are you wanting to do during this trip?
I just want to capture like a lot of the desert and the beautiful windmills. I mean, this is an amazing part of the world, and you know, you're only here at this time of the year, so we'll try and capture as much as possible.
And what would you call this outfit? What inspo? How would you describe the skirt? I love it.
It's kind of vintage. It's Matthew Williamson. It's leather, it's fringe, and it's just very Coachella.
Well, look forward to tonight, and stay tuned for the adventures of Chloe Maggs.
I feel so close to you right now.
am super pumped. I cannot wait to get on that stage tonight and show everybody my brand new song. And yeah, I'm just ready to do it.
Well, I can't wait to see you do it. Is there anyone who inspired you for this new song?
Well, to be honest, we've actually reinvented a 90s song, so we kind of put our own personal spin on it, but we took a lot of inspiration from the original and just recreated and put a bit more of a modern spin on it. So,
And I'm absolutely loving your outfit. Can you do a little twirl? Well, I think it's nearly that time for you to get on stage, and we'll do a follow-up interview tomorrow and see how you go with the shoot. Thank you for being here.
thanks for having me.
So, Bella, we've been on the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster. Now we're here on Santa Monica Beach. What other exciting things do you recommend for people to do while they're in LA?
Well, you just suggested that we find you a jaffle, which they call a grilled cheese here. So we're going to rent some bikes and we're going to head up Venice Boulevard here and try and find you food.
I'm starving. Now, after the Jaffle, what else do we have planned for the evening?
Well, I've got a feeling that you're going to go out in the town and I'm going to stay home and learn some lines because I got some work to do.
Well, I think I'll be taking Justin to EPLP, which is definitely one of LA's hotspots. What other hotspots can you recommend?
There's great restaurants, like one of my favourites is Craig's, which is on Melrose, and also on Melrose is Catch, which is beautiful. The Chateau Marmont is always a lovely location, but very tricky to get into. If you have yourself a membership, you can go to Soho House, which we've been to before.
Which is incredible.
Amazing.
Well, stay tuned and follow our adventures. Thanks, Bella. Hi, I'm Rosanna Faraci and I'm here with international star Matt Goss, also known as the King of Vegas. So tell me, how did that journey begin with Vegas?
It was actually quite a beautiful experience in a way. I had no idea. I've always, in a way, had a massive love for the Vegas lifestyle because of my grandfather and the Rat Pack, and the sensibility, not just the music, but the camaraderie between fellas. I mean, I think being an Southeast London boy, I've always loved that camaraderie between the lads in Britain.
Glamour.
Yeah, but we also have that as the lads in London. But I think there was that kind of different level where I think a lot of British fellas have always wanted to be like in the Rat Pack. You know, a lot of guys I know anyway. And, so I did a video for a song called Evil, and one of the bosses of a hotel here and the owner of the hotel, George Malouf, saw the video with a man called Michael Greco, and they said, "We want you at the casino." And I got a phone. They said, "Would you fly into Vegas?" Yeah. I said, "Yeah, when?" They said, "Tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, I'll come in." Had the meeting, and I mean, in my mind, I think the meeting went very well. Went back home, back to LA, and didn't hear a thing. A couple of days went by. I'm like, all right, that was fun. I guess going into Vegas for a day. Anyway, so Michael calls me and he says, "Look, we really love you, and I'm sure he said, I'm positive we're gonna to get this show signed off on and get you into this casino." I said, "Well, if I don't, I'm taking your watch." And he had an Audemars Piguet, and I love watches. Trust me, I love watches. And he goes, "I know you'll take my watch." Anyway, so the next day he calls me back and he says, "I've got good news and I've got bad news." And I said, "Well, give me the bad news." And he said, "You're not getting my watch. Welcome to Las Vegas."
Oh, wow.
And it was honestly exactly how it happened. We had about just under a year. You couldn't even get into my room at the Palms. It was amazing. I love playing the Palms.
But the show, like after watching it last night, I, in my head, envisioned something totally different.
Okay.
Like, you're actually really entertaining and you've got a sense of humour. You were bringing the men into it, the women into it, and playing pranks. So it's not just you singing, like you have presence and really good rapport with everyone. But it all started, I guess you started at such a young age. You were 17 years old and selling 17 million albums worldwide when you were doing Bros. So I guess it comes naturally to you. What were your best memories from that era?
I think Bros was something that is almost undescribable. It was called Bros Mania for a reason. That we really didn't go anywhere without creating absolute mayhem. And I think thinking back on it, I think that's exactly how a band should be. I mean, Bros created absolute mania wherever we went, Australia included. In fact, Australia is some of the
You have to
craziest,
come back there.
craziest. I'd love to come back to Australia. I miss my Australian fans very, very much.
Yeah, you're unstoppable. Everything you touch turns to gold. You've also done your own autobiography, which was a bestseller, and
Right.
a kid's book.
Yeah, that's one of the loves of my life. I lost my mother fairly recently. For me, it's 3 years ago, and I think that one of the things she made me promise was that I would release Bear Rimbaud, and it's such a beautiful story and illustrated. I designed the characters myself, but it was illustrated by a wonderful artist called Melanie Florio, and just the illustrations alone took 1.5 years, because they're all oil paintings, which I know I have them here, and I feel like it's not about just diversifying; it's also about words. I love the use of words, and this story in particular is very, very inspired on loyalty and selflessness, and I feel like there's plenty of wacky characters out there, but this is a classic story designed for a mother or a father individually to read to their kids 7-10 days before Christmas, and have a tradition. And
What I have read about you is you're one of LA's most eligible bachelors.
Yeah.
You were voted sexiest man alive. You're single. So what are the top 3 things you look for in a woman, for all the ladies listening out there?
I mean, I didn't write any of that. First and foremost,
He put in the votes himself.
I didn't mind. Yeah, I have like a very small family, so that doesn't even count either. But I think I'm allergic to arrogance. I love humility. I love women that have a sense of vulnerability as well as strength. And I think strength is a very important ingredient in a relationship, because you need that for many, many things. Like, the thought of having a partner that's strong, that encourages you, and vice versa. I want to lift my woman up to the heights that she can't even imagine. But I would also love to be able to absolutely collapse, being a strong man, collapse on her beautiful soft bosom.
Very transparent.
Plural.
I love your honesty.
And surrender, and have a woman that's strong enough to know that that's just a moment in time, and I need that. So that's one thing. I think to all-encompassing description would be a very kind heart and a dirty mind. So I think I want to.
Okay, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
Kind, beautiful woman with a dirty mind. My number is 318.
I don't even know what to say. Okay.
Instagram, Matt Goss. Twitter, Matt Goss. Yeah.
And
do you have a dirty mind?
Maybe.
There's no maybe.
I think there's a time and place.
Listen, I'm sure the fellas watching this want to know. You definitely have a kind heart, so the conversation's there. But do you have a dirty mind?
Maybe. Definitely at times, but it's about balance.
See how it goes, fellas?
Now you've made me blush.
She expects a complete straight answer. But she's like,
No, of course, like, there's a time and place.
Of course. When's the time and the place? I'm not letting this one go.
Yeah, you've got me there. Okay. Yeah, no, of course.
So for the viewers, the little veins come out there.
I'm just like, yeah.
Giveaway.
You did make me blush. I like that. Not many people make me blush, and you did make me blush at the show.
Good, I did.
Very flattering and good singer.
You did blush.
But yeah. Okay, so and the other question I wanted to know. So for the future, what do we have to look forward to? You're releasing obviously these 2 songs.
Well, I'm actually recording an album. I've made a definitive decision with my manager Ollie. We looked at this from 37,000 feet. We didn't just look at let's just do something. We actually made a very definitive decision, and we started off like I've got the most beautiful jazz Christmas record that I think I've ever heard in my life. I'm not just saying it. I made it with John Pizzarelli at Capitol Studios, produced by Ron Fair. It's the most beautiful piece of music I've ever made in my life. I love it. And that will hopefully be ready for this Christmas. But then I went and I decided, because I have that, and because I'm always going to do those kind of records at that time of year, I'm also I have to make commercial music again. Like, it was so clear to me, and then I saturated my mind listening to the commercial radio every day.
Yeah.
And I played it, honestly, I played it to my team, Ollie, and the people around my team. And he went, you know what, I can't believe, he said, you've convinced me, like, immediately, like, on the first listen. He said, we've got to go back into this world. And you're not, you know, it's nice that my team do not want to pigeonhole me. You know, I love swing, I love jazz, and I think I really have an understanding of it. But I also have had many commercial hits, and it's in my blood, and I want to keep doing it. So me and my brother, me and Luke, we are definitely going to tour again. So we just have to put it.
And Australia's on there.
We listen. This is the reality. Is if I have any Australian fans, then just please make your voices heard, because we can only come to Australia if you want to see us play. I can assure you, the 2 shows we just did at the O2. Sold out 2 nights, 18,000 people each night. It was the most incredible weekend of shows. If you want us to come to Australia, just please let yourself be heard on our social media, and also then the way it works is promoters need to know that there's an audience there. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. And me and my brother don't want to bring a half-assed version of our show. We want to bring the full show to Australia. We don't want to do it any other way. And that's our right. We want to bring the full production to Australia, not a version of it.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is, and that's the way me and my brother do things.
And that's why you've been successful. You give it 110% rather than 100. Now tell me something people don't know about you. I know that you box. You and your brother.
Yeah, I love to box.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm a little bit more nifty than people think. I'm definitely a scrapper.
Yeah.
But I do like peace, and I prefer peace over anything. But I think I'll always be able-bodied. Like my granddad threw off a couple of fellas off a bus once, and he was 65.
Wow.
And he was a good East London, proper East London Cockney Londoner from Bow. And I've got his blood, and my dad's a detective, Scotland Yard 6'2", murder squad.
Wow.
It's in my blood, it's in my brother's blood. So I think that there's a side of me and my brother that people don't know, but we are absolutely double trouble, me and my brother.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely believe that.
I mean, we're actually fearless. His tattoo says fearless.
Very well spoken, but if need be, you can both fight.
Oh yeah, we've had to fight.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being us? Like when we grew up, I mean, more fights than I remember. But I think fighting's quite a moronic thing. To be honest with you, I think it's, you know, idiots. You know, if you love fighting, then I think it's stupid. But I think the difference is if you are not, you know, if you're not going to be a coward and bring a weapon and just all that stuff. I feel like it's good to be an able-bodied man. But you must remember one thing: there's always someone tougher than you.
Yeah.
So there can be no assumptions in.
But of
getting
course,
into that
you've never
situation.
lost a fight, hey?
I haven't. I actually haven't. That's the truth. I haven't. Nope.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to hear your singles be released and to see your movie. It's been an absolute pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you in Australia.
And she has got a dirty mind, let me tell you.
I can't believe
She has got a dirty mind. Use this.
No.
And Australia, listen, please say hi to me on social media, at Matt Goss, both Twitter and Instagram, because I really, me and my brother really miss coming to Australia. Some of our greatest memories we've ever had is in Australia.
Well, perfect. See you there soon.
Mm-hmm.
Mwah. You said that I've got a dirty mind. Okay, my parents were.
Your lady's got car troubles.
Big trouble, guys.
Yeah! OMG! Yeah!
I will always be there to save you, but UltraTune will.
Car trouble?
Avoid unexpected situations with UltraTune Roadside Assist.